Hey, welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. Today, I want to talk about how you are called and how you can take ownership of the fact that you are called as a creative, because that's the crux of everything that we're doing here. Like on this podcast, I'm here to help you build confidence as a singer and a performing artist. And yes, there's technique. Yes, there are specific technical, practical things that you need to do, but at the heart of it, if you don't own that you are meant to do this, you're not going to actually put in the work to develop and to grow, right? You'll just listen to the podcast and then you won't take action, right? But if you know that you are called and you take ownership of that, that's what's actually going to help you build confidence as a performer and a singer, because you're going to put in the work, you're going to put in the effort, you're going to be determined, and you're not going to take no for an answer. You're not going to let regret keep you stuck. You're not going to let yourself have any regrets that you didn't really go all in on your creative calling. But it comes back to taking ownership of that. And so I really want to talk about that with you guys right now. I am trying to record this ahead of time, record some episodes ahead of time for you guys so I can really relax and enjoy my time off. I hope that you are getting a chance to relax this holiday season wherever you are in the world. My family and I, we go down to, my family sometimes will go, or every Christmas, every December, we go down to Florida. And so this year I decided to join and really try to soak up the warmth of Florida and just like enjoy relaxing and resting and getting some renewed time. But I am going to do some episodes for you guys so that you have them ready to go, so that if you need some motivation, some check-ins as we are wrapping up the year, that's really what I'm going to be giving you as we end this year. Lots of motivation, lots of just like recentering on what actually matters and helping you to get back to the heart of what you're doing as an artist so that you can prepare for the new year. And we're going to get back into the tactical things. We're going to get back into the technique and the breath technique and the vowel modification and all the things that we talk about, right? We're going to get into that. But I really want us to wrap up this year thinking about the heart of it all and what really matters. And what matters is, like, do you know that you are called, right? Do you believe that you're called? If you do, if you are able to connect to that belief that you are called to be an artist and to be a performer and to be a creative and to really take it seriously, I believe that you will take action. And as a result of you taking that action that is fueled by this true passion for what you've been called to do and this ownership of what you've been called to do, as a result of that, you're going to build confidence over time, right? Because you're going to be taking the right action. It's going to be aligned action. It's going to be action that is rooted in you knowing who you are and what you're meant to do. Even if you don't know every single detail of it, you don't know exactly what shows you're going to be performing in, or exactly whether you're going to be in a band or whether you're going to be a solo artist or whatever you want to do specifically. You might not know all those details, but you do know that you're meant to share your voice, right? You're meant to be on stage. You're meant to be performing. You're meant to be creating experiences for people through music, right? Having that knowledge and taking ownership of that and then acting from there, that is what is going to build your confidence as a singer and a performer and a creative artist. And that's what's going to allow you to have a truly creative life, right? Is that you take that ownership. And I want you to make sure that you are doing that. So here are a few things that I want to share that are on my heart to share with you. And I hope that you will know with all your heart that you are meant to be doing this. Like, do not let regret be even a thought in your mind. I've said this before. Like, don't allow there to be any sense of like, I'm not actually going all in on this. I'm not actually putting my best foot forward in this. And I'm actually I might regret it, but like, no. Don't even let that be an option, because you have taken deliberate action and because you have committed to owning your creative calling. You will not regret that, right? You don't want to regret not even trying. Instead, commit to trying, to putting your best foot forward, to doing your best from there. That's taking courageous action. And from that courageous action that is rooted in this knowledge that you have of what you are called to do, then you'll build that confidence over time, because you're going to do the right things from that place of courageous action. So a couple thoughts here is why haven't you taken action? This is something that we can think about as we reflect on this year. Like, where have I not taken action? That's something to ask yourself. Maybe write this down. If you are taking ownership of your creative calling and you really are being serious, like, get your notebook out and take some notes, right? Write this down. So why have I not taken action before? Why haven't I taken action this year to really build confidence as a singer and a performer? And just take a second to journal about that, or think about that, or talk out loud to a friend about that. Why have I not taken action? I'll give you a second to think about that. Why haven't you taken action? And this isn't in a judgmental way. This is in like a genuinely sincere, curious way. Just be curious with yourself. Like, why haven't I taken action? Is it genuinely because like life is too busy? Life is crazy. Things are hard, right? That's okay. Just be genuinely honest with yourself, but be curious. Like, what's actually in the way? Why haven't I taken action? Maybe I don't really want this. Maybe this isn't my calling. Or maybe it is, and I'm just a little bit scared, right? And that's okay. But just build that awareness for yourself of like, you know what? This is why I haven't taken action. I'm just scared. And that's okay. Like, I accept that. But take a moment and be curious with yourself and dig deep into that. And it's truly from a place of grace. It's from a place of curiosity. It's not from a place of judgment, because that is not helpful at all, right? Come from a place of curiosity and lots of grace for yourself. Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about then, well, let me give you a couple thoughts as to why you maybe haven't taken action before now. And I'll just speak from my own personal experience, right? So, knowing myself, like the reasons that I don't take action, maybe to really take more action towards my calling in the ways that I know that I need to, usually has to do with like time, right? For me, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate, just like feeling like there's so much to do. But then I realized that it's because I'm sometimes spending time doing things that I don't need to be doing, or I can like manage my time differently, or I really am thinking that the thing that I want to do, for instance, like continuing my training as a singer by getting more vocal coaching and developing my technique as an actor by joining an acting class, right? Maybe because I think that I have to do like a bunch of classes every week, or I'm making it really big in my mind. That's something that I do versus like one time a week, once every 2 weeks, So maybe you haven't taken action because it's a time situation, and you just need to figure out that like, no, it doesn't have to be this big thing. I can actually make it so simple and not overthink it, right? But there are some other reasons that you might not have taken action. It could be fear, and that's a genuine real thing. And I have a lot of episodes about that and overcoming that. So I won't go into that right now, but that's so relatable. And I'll just go to my next point now, because what you need in order to own your calling, like what you actually need to do to own that calling, is to become aware of what has stopped you in the past, right? Lack of time, feeling fear, right? Feeling doubt in myself, shame about my creative desires, like feeling ashamed that I want to be an artist because like, why is this useful? How is this helpful to the world, right? Those are shame thoughts that are lies, because art is so useful. It's so helpful to the world. Music empowers people. Music is relevant, right? Singing is relevant to the world. But right, we have some of these lies about shame and stuff like that. So once we acknowledge what are the things that have stopped us from taking action, right? Now we need to decide on like, okay, what can I actually do to own my calling, right? Because owning your calling, it is a heart posture, but then that heart posture needs to lead to action, right? So once you have in your heart that like, this is what has held me back in the past from really building confidence as a performer, really leaning into my calling. Okay, how do I now take action to then lean into my calling and own my calling, right? What do I need to do to own my calling? And that's for you to decide. But you know what? I'll give you the first step to do in order to start to own your calling. I'll give you the number one step. You have to decide, my friend. You have to decide. You got to say to yourself, I am doing this, and it does not matter what happens. I'm going to do it. You have to make such a firm decision in your heart that you can say it again and again and again. And even when things come against you and challenges come, and they will come, and people question you and they will question you, right? That's going to happen. But you can still say, I'm still doing this. This is what I'm going to do. I am taking voice lessons. I am working on my acting craft and technique. I am auditioning on a consistent basis. I am doing this. This is what I'm doing, and I'm owning it because I know that I've been called to be a performer. I know that I've been called to tell stories through music. I know that whatever your thing is, make the decision. You have to decide. That is step number 1. And then from there, you got to take that action in small little steps. 1 voice lesson a week, right? 1 acting class in a month, even if that's where you need to start. 1 dance class in a month, if that's where you want to start. But just taking small steps of action from there. But you decide on what you need to do in order to really own your calling. But I'm going to tell you, the first step is you have to decide with such certainty that no one can shake you on that. And I, as your coach, if you choose to work with me as your vocal coach, I can also help hold you accountable to that and be like, you know what, you said you wanted to do this. I'm here for you. I'm here to support you, right? But I'd also recommend telling whatever the thing is that you decide to work on, tell that to whoever you're working with. If you're working with a coach, which I recommend for whatever you want to be developing, work with someone, a mentor, a coach. Let them know what it is that you want to focus on doing in order to really own your calling, so that way they can hold you accountable in a loving, gracious, supportive way. Okay? Someone that you feel safe with, someone that you feel connected with, but someone who's going to challenge you in the way that you need to be challenged as well. Okay? And then the third thing I want to, let's see, what are the other points I want to share? So, yeah, I just wanted to remind you that this is your path to building confidence as a creative, right? If you haven't really taken true ownership and responsibility of your calling, it's going to be, I think you can still feel confident as a singer, right? You can still do the technique and all that stuff. You can do the work that you need to do, but if you don't really have that true ownership and that responsibility, I think that the confidence is going to be, it might be short-lived, or it might just be you have confidence in your technique, but you don't really feel confident in the fact that you want to do this at all, right? Because you won't feel confident in your calling because you haven't taken the responsibility and that ownership. So you got to take ownership of your gift, take ownership of your passion, take ownership of your why, of the why that you have chosen. You guys know I've talked about this a lot of times, know your why, right? Why do you want to do this? Take ownership of that, and then own your next steps that you got to take. And that way you will be on the path to true confidence, and know that it is not a one-time thing. It is truly more of it's a path. I'm saying path, but it's a cycle, right? It's a journey where there are ups and downs. It's a cycle where there are repeats. You're repeating a lot of the same things, right? You're knowing your voice, you're practicing, you're expressing, then you're continuing to improve, then you start all over. You got to get to know your voice even more. You got to practice your voice even more. Then you got to express it even more. Then you got to improve. And again, and again. And there are ups and downs in the journey because it's a journey, right? It's not a one straight shot. But if you have taken ownership of the fact that you were on this journey and you're not giving up, then you know that you're going to be able to build confidence over time. Because you're going to take that action because you own it. You're meant to be a creative and you're not backing down from that. And so as we wrap up this year, I just hope you know that I'm here supporting you, cheering you on all the way, and I'm here for you. Go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio if you'd like to check out what I have available for the next year, 2026, voice lessons that are available and more. I'd love to work with you if you are ready to take that ownership and take that action. But again, creativelybyestelle.com/studio to work with me. Other than that, I will see you in our next episode. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.